Boys and girls, it's Friday. Do you have that Friday feeling? I think I do, and I think you do too. It's the 22nd of January 2021. Let's get started. So we begin as usual with our spellings. You're probably sick of looking at these words by now. Let's do one final run through. You can repeat after me. Give, glad, grams, goes, gone, game, gate, goodbye, jogging, luggage, dragging, and giggle. So boys and girls, as it is Friday, if you could ask someone to give you a little run through on those spellings, so maybe give you a little spelling test and see how you get on. And I would love to see a little picture of your results as well. We don't have a number test this week, so it's just our spellings this week, okay? And if you haven't finished your sounds in focus, you can carry on with it as well. I think we've explained it all. If there's anything you're stuck on, just let me know. This little grapheme chart always causes difficulty, even for me, boys and girls. And it asks you, if you remember, to find any other way that the G sound was made, apart from the ones we know, the G and the GG. And the only one that I could find was G and U together. The G and the U seem to work together. You can't hear the U sound, so it goes G, S, guess. So the G and the U there are making a G sound. G, S, guess. And for our literacy today, we're on to our plural, page 3. And over the last few days, we were looking at different ways of making words plural, making them more than one. So on the first day, we looked at words where you just add S on the end. Then the next day, we looked at words where you add ES on the end. And today, these words ending in Y require you to take the Y off and add IES. So there's the word penny for number 1. How would we spell pennies? Well, we would take the Y off, add the IES, and this is how pennies would look. PENNIES. So you have to make the other words in the list here plural. So let's read through the words to make sure that we know what they are. So we've got number 2 is fly, then we have sky, ferry, body, try, story, and berry. Now that number 4, ferry, that is a type of boat. It's a special type of boat that can transport vehicles across water. So you could drive your car onto it and go from, say, Ireland to Scotland. So it's a type of boat. Once you have made your words plural, can you choose 3 of those words to make into sentences? So it says choose 3 of the plurals you have made and then use them in a sentence of your own. So for example, you might pick the word berries and say, I picked beautiful red berries in my garden. Or you might choose the word stories and say something like, I love to listen to stories in school. So choose 3 of your plurals and use them in sentences. Moving on to our maths then, and we're continuing to look at money. And today we're looking at change. And do you all know what change is? Change is the money you get back when you pay for something in a shop. So if you pay for, say for example, you bought this whistle. You went into the shop and you lifted this whistle and mummy had given you £1 in your hand. If you went up to the till and you handed the £1, then they're going to give you some money back, aren't they? Because your whistle doesn't cost £1. So you're trying to work out how much money you need to give back. So in shops, of course, they have a cash register or a till to work out how much they need to give you back. But today you're going to try and work out change in your head. Now, it can be very tricky sometimes to work out how much change or how much money you get back. So I'm going to talk through a couple of methods you could do to work out the change that you would get after buying these items. So we're going to look at two methods. We're going to look at a taking away method, and then we're going to look at a counting on method. So you've gone into the shop, you've lifted your whistle, you've paid for it with £1. It only cost 25p, so how much money do you get back? Well, some of you may be able to work that out in your head, and some of you may need to work it out step by step. So what we'll do is we'll take the 25p away from the 100 pennies to see how much we should get back. Okay? So we'll take 20 first away from 100. Can you take 20 away from 100? You're counting back 2 tens. So 100 and then 90, 80. So we're on 80p now. We also have to take the 5p away. And that leaves us with 75p. So that is what you should get back, because this is all the money you owe for the whistle. So they're going to give you back the rest of the 100 pennies, the rest of the £1 that you don't need to pay, the 75p. Now, another way of calculating or working out your change is to count on. So you could put 25 in your head and then count on in tens as far as you can up to 100. So, for example, I put 25 in your head. We'll see how far we can go. We'll count in tens. I'll do a little line for each 10. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. We're nearly at 100. We're going to have to remember we're at 95. We're going to have to add another 5 on there to bring us up to 100. So let's see how many tens we counted. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 5 makes 75. Now this method here can be tricky sometimes, so if you find this confusing, try sticking then to taking away the amount of money you owe to see how much you have left. Let's look at question B, the ball question, and it cost 63 pence. So we'll put that down and we'll try taking it away. Okay, so the first thing is you have 100 pennies paid. We need to take away the money that we owe and see how much is left for us to get back. So let's count back. Let's take 60 away first. 6 tens. So put 100 in our head and we're counting back 6 tens. And you can hold up 6 fingers as well to help you count back. So 100 in our head and let's count back 6 tens. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40. So we've taken the 60 away, we're left with 40, but we also have to take that 3 away. So 3 more away would leave us with 37 pence. So we'll write that in there. The other method, of course, as we said, was the counting on method. So that would mean you put 63 in your head and you count on till you get up to 100. So 63 in our heads, let's count in tens. 73, 83, 93. So we're up to 93. How much more will it take us to get to 100? 7 more. So let's count how many tens we counted. 10, 20, 30, and then the 7 as well. 37p. Same answer, but a different method. Okay. So for that first question, A, B and C, you're calculating the change from £1. Question 2 then, you're calculating the change from £2. So you'll see, for example, this aeroplane cost £1.32. So the person handed over £2 in the shop and you're asked how much money did you get back. Well, there's one whole pound that you've paid anyway. See here? So then you paid £32 as well. 32 pence as well. So you need to know how much change you got back from that second pound coin. And then we calculate the change from £2 for the little pig as well, and the little rubber ring. Now, boys and girls, as this is so tricky, I don't mind if you stop after question 2, because it's very tricky today. There's a lot of counting, a lot of working out to do, and it could even stress you out a little bit. So if you're feeling a bit stressed after question 2, then you can just stop there and I won't mind a bit. Now, if you do want to continue on, I'm just going to talk through the rest of the questions. But as I say, you can stop after part 2 if you wish. So question 3 then says, how much does each child have left? So you'll see there the first boy has £2. He spent £1.40, and you're asking how much did he have left when he'd spent all of that? How much change would he have left? This little girl had £4, and she spent £2.50. How much did she have left? And this boy had £1, and he spent 49p, so we almost spent 50p there. That's a hint for you. How much did he have left? Then question 4 asks similar questions, but just in a different way. It shows you the coins that they had and then how much they spent. So it says that Greg had this amount of money, pound coin and 2 5s, which is £1.10 altogether, isn't it? But he spent 90p. So how much did he have left out of that £1.10 when he spent 90p of it? Probably not very much. Ray then had this. Do we know how much that is altogether? A £2 coin and a £1 coin. And he spent £2.80. Wow, he didn't have much left at all. How much did he have left after he spent £2.80 out of £3? Susie bought a toy. She paid with a £2 coin. Her change was this. So it shows you there what her change was. So after she paid, we don't know how much money, but she paid for a toy, and this is how much money they gave her back. £1.20.35. £1.35. So how much did the toy cost? How much did they take from her for the toy when they gave her that much back? How much did she spend on the toy? So that's your maths for today, boys and girls, and you'll be glad to hear it's your last maths of the week. If you have any time today, just as usual, try to get a little accelerated reading done and a little sum dog. But look, you have a very busy day and you just use your time to best effect. Whatever you have time to do, you do. Because I know mummies and daddies are busy and it's hard to get everything done, so just do what you can. And most importantly of all, have a lovely weekend. And I want you to do one thing for me, boys and girls. If there's someone in your home who is helping you every day with your work or guiding you through it, maybe sitting beside you, helping you to work things out, showing you what to do, I want you to turn to that person and give them a great big hug and say thank you. Because you know what? It's not easy being a teacher at home. Because we're all busy mummies and daddies and we've lots of things to do. So you say thank you to them. I'll see you again on Monday, boys and girls. All the best now. Bye-bye.